resistance at 3,800, which is your psychological level. Somebody asked, I forgot who it was, the meaning of it, and what was around that level. On SPX 3,800, I don't think we had necessarily like a VPOC or something in the area like right on that level. And it's hard to use volume profile on it just because
looking for a free project management. Traded.
So here I'm just looking at these levels for shorting, right? So it'll be 37.56 to go down. 37.17 will be around the first level, and we know we have 35.15. Oh man, congrats. So this is the level that we're watching now in SPX, just from the price action standpoint. And then we see that we have a little bit of support here at 3,700 right on. So, and that's where we bounced off as well. So go to ES. So we just hit 37.74 pretty much on the dot, which is our weekly level here. Sure, I'm deleting these. Okay. So it looks like, I mean, from shorting standpoint, if you're going to short it at 37.5, it's still pretty valid. And if we break this 37.33, then it becomes a little bit easier. That we're most likely going to hit that 37.15 that we talked about earlier. And then you have the 3,700. And if we break that, then you have 36.75. So it still stands true. This was our VAH from June 14th. That's where we hit. Pretty much on the dot here at 10:30, and then we went over it about 5 points over, created a trap, which matched this supply here, almost $2 away, 2 points away on the supply here. So let's just take a look if there's anything unusual now. Yep. So we have a VPOC in this area and a POC that's here now. So a lot of levels in this area. I mean, even this POC, and then we'll just add this VPOC. What I like to do is keep one chart like this, and then another one that's pretty much just empty chart. So if you look at this on the naked level, let's just go into a daily. So we're still in a nice bear pennant. You guys see that? Let me just, here's your bear pennant. That's still valid here. And I mean, this is a pretty nice size bear pennant, guys, on ES. Guys, see it? Hopefully everybody can see that. Secret, stop it. So one could wait, if on ES you're not 100% sure and you're really risk averse, you can wait for 36.42. The 37.32 that we had on SPX earlier, if you guys, this level here, has become really, really good for shorting. So let's see how we do there. That 37, I meant to say this one. Short below. There's a high chance that we're going to get a bounce here, probably. So they're just going to keep us guessing here what they want to do. I'll probably redraw this. I'll remove this one. I like to use 1 hour flags. Okay, so we're hitting this resistance here. That's our monthly VAL. So once we break this level here, there's a high chance we're going to break it. And if you're not 100% sure, then wait for 3,700 to break here, or maybe 3,694. Probably here, you'd be okay. Safe entry on short. But we're about 67 points away, so it seems like we pumped futures a little bit. We had a little dump. Oh, yeah. All right. So here you have a little mini bull flag being created here. So if that breaks, and then it breaks this type of 37.75, there's a high chance we're going to go back to this supply right here. It shouldn't matter. There we go. I think we might just happen here. I think we're going to go here, retest one more time. And it looks like here, if you kind of do this, it looks like almost like a bear head and shoulders being formed. Yeah, see that? Like right here. So we'll watch this, see if this fails, and then that might be an entry as well. But I think all these levels still intact. I mean, every single one. Okay, NQ. Okay, we came back to that level again here, as we expected. Okay, what do you guys think is happening here? No worries, I'll talk to myself. So this looks like the head and shoulders forming here. So we're gonna see if we can get that. So the break of 11.5 is your entry to the downside. So let's see how we do. As long as we stay above 11.5, there's a high chance we're gonna go towards this 11.9-ish level at some point. Any questions on this? So the only way I would go along here is if we break this 11.616, and then we could probably gain 50 points before you get out. Then you have a nice little trend line from the top as well. That's your NQ futures. And then if you just look at price action trading, it doesn't get better than this. This is safe entry for long. And then if we break below this one here, probably you could go safe entry for short, but that's pretty far here. So this is the range that we're in now. So it's about 700 points range on NQ. Okay. So same concept here. Nice bear flag. I think it has it on a daily as well. Yep. So here's your daily bear flag. It looks a little bit cleaner here if you go this way, safer. Just a lot of gaps here. Not the best candle to have right now. So this should be our short below here. Price action trading if you want to go that route. And you have about 4 points to close this. Yep. So this would be the play that you want to kind of short. So if you want to short it right here below 280, your best bet would be to short it below this POC here. It should be, you want to go aggressive 279 to 2, so almost have $1 here, $2 here in between. You can definitely do that. Just be careful over this trend line because it can act like a little bounce area. So and this is your shorter entry, and then this is your first target. And this would be here. So the best range is right here. If we break this, then we almost have like 5 points in between. Any questions on this? All right, let's So that's where SPY is right now. So that'd be our first target. Second target. You have a little gap in here. In your previous. So this is your short entry here. This one looks pretty straightforward here. If it breaks this, we're going to test the new lows here. We had bad breaks with a flag from here to here. I mean, it has nice potential to dump if the futures agree with this. So we did not break the flag. So if we do get a push, just FYI. So if we do get a push, you could short it here, which should be the value area high. Somewhere in this area, on top of this flag, you could short this, and then it would come down. So this is my favorite spot to short rising wedges. Here or on a break on the bottom. All right, Tesla had a nice flag here. So if we break this, this becomes easy short. And you catch it all the way to 650. And I swung 650 already, in case they want to dump it. Okay, any questions on Tesla? This one's pretty straightforward. Mini stop at 685, probably a little bit low bounce. Bear flag down, continue. And depends what kind of day we have. Is the price action typically expected, or is bearish coming up? Not necessarily, right? So you have to kind of follow the days. So you have a D-shaped volume profile here. So if you look at this, on the D shape, it's fairly simple. See, if you do this all the way to the highs. So here's your 50%. We closed right below it. We rejected that. And now there's a high chance that you're going to continue down. So the P shape is usually, when it's shown in an uptrend, it's fairly bullish, right? Like right here when it's shown, if we did take out this one and it was followed by another P shape, that would make sense. Here even, if you look at it where we rejected, we rejected right on this POC here, or whatever it was, VPOC at that point. So not necessarily does that mean you have to kind of correlate, are we in a downtrend, are we in an uptrend? When you have a P shape on the bottom, that means it's potentially short covering. When you're in a healthy uptrend, that means the buyers are just slowing down. They're going to consolidate before they continue up. And the B shape, if you have it up, that means reversal down. When you have it on the bottom, you're just playing the trend on the bottom, like this one here. So they reversed from this one here. They came down to the bottom. They reversed it, but they left a VPOC right here. So sooner or later, this one is going to be tested. Okay. All right, Amazon. And this is massive if you guys don't see it. You guys see it now?
Head and shoulders.
Yeah. Why is nobody talking? Is my mic off?
No, it's on.
Yeah, definitely a bear flag on SPY. Pretty much on every time frame. In 4 hours, you have a rising wedge and you have a bear flag here. Yeah, so you have a bear flag, rising wedge, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty bad. Setup overall. Let me go back on Amazon. Amazon looks pretty good if we decide to go down. So if you guys do this and you measure it to this guy, so we're looking at 21% drop. So that would bring it back to about 70 bucks. Okay, that's close enough. And then what you can do is on this one here, just so you guys can understand it. Let's do, this is pre-COVID high till now. We'll do the volume profile. This would be the next level. 9608 would be the next support. So once it breaks that, then it has really some room to dump. Let me do the yearly on this one just to make sure. Yeah, you guys see what we're holding on to here? You guys see this? Your POC and value area are right there lined up next to each other. It's kind of odd to see that, to be honest. It means there's a lot of buying right now happening here. So much that they're loading up the boat on this. We're right on this breakout level, which is kind of crazy. And the 96 is going to be a big, big level.
And you see that breaking that, or like you say, it was loading.
I mean, honestly, so if you look at the 3 days, right? I mean, we've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30 days here. And we have not been able to break that below it. So what it's telling me is that if they were not loading up the boat, the POC would not be here. There's our highest volume is being traded and we are not breaking it down. So, I mean, if you're selling it, that you would have broken this level by now. So this is pretty interesting here. And then if you look at like daily, so here's your Amazon here now. So you guys see the double bottom here, almost as a triple bottom, but definitely double bottom 1, 2, and the next line being kind of like right here. And this trend line is pretty solid here, so let's see. I mean, it could come up here because it kind of lines up. So it's pretty powerful, the POC here, this one. So this area here is you're pretty much like that. Because that's you see how close the POC and the value area low, that's pretty powerful there. Okay, what else we got? Look at this guy. Still hasn't broken down. Oh, this chart's still pretty much intact. Just wait some of these charts. So, I mean, if we break this level right here, you guys know what to do, right? So it'd be literally 160. If this breaks 161, you have a chance to go to the value area low, retest it. Who read the Trader book by Dale? Anyone on the call? Nobody read the book.
Yeah, not yet. I ain't got to that one yet.
reading it.
Yeah, so if you read the book, right, and he'll give you scenarios how to play volume profile. So when it breaks the volume profile, he rarely shorts right below when it breaks like this, right? So many price action traders would have taken this, including myself, this break below POC, and you can drive it down, you know, we can figure out the targets. But where he does enter short is the retest of this POC here. He doesn't enter blindly, he would wait for the candles to confirm it, right? So pretty much the same concept as you did earlier here. You see how that would have worked nicely here. A short of 180, would have almost guaranteed that you're going to revisit the previous spot where you bounced from, and look, it went even below that. So that was about 20 points move here. And it's just nasty. I mean, it's just so choppy. I don't know if you guys can notice this, but this is sign of choppiness, right? This is your sellers being in control here, because you're not getting any follow through, right? I mean, there's literally zero follow through. You push here and you're unable to break it. So the only way you go long is if you break this 168 here from price action standpoint. So tomorrow, this is your short entry on this one. And the reason why I'm covering so many stocks is that, there's, I don't know how many people on the call here. Maybe you're watching one, you pick that one and you just watch it and you make money on it. You don't need 50 stocks to look at tomorrow. You just watch that one and you make your money. So we have another bear flag here. Oh, this is a nice one. $161. So, I mean, if you break the low of the day, which is here on AMD, if you do break this, you have a nice $2 move all the way to 81, which is your VPUC here, and it's going to act like a magnet. So this is a pretty high, probability setup here. This is a really good play. I would definitely watch this. We take a look at the shop. Yep. So shop hit perfectly here again at 348. Right on the dot. And do you guys remember that I did have shop? I had the shop 350s at $4 for this week.
Yes.
So I don't know if anyone kept them, but I'm pretty sure they're up there now. Let me see how much are they. So the high on those was $11. Okay. So this one, I mean, I would only short it below 332 here. I would short it here, or if you're not confident, then you can short it right here, 328.75. So it would be really good if we push it all the way to 354, trap some people that break 350 and hit right here, and then look for a short. That would be really, really good, because we're still kind of bear flagging here. If you look at it now, you have 2 points for a trend line here as well, and you have this little trend line here. So let me go 65 on it. Here might be cleaner.
Shorty, in your experience, does a 50% retracement of the field negate the bear flag, or does it go beyond that? And then
usually you want it below 38.2, so that's where you want it to be when you measure. So if we were to measure this guy here, okay, well, maybe I need to change the color. I usually want it below 38.2 to stay there and get rejected. So 50% is probably the ideal way to play it. Is if it's below 50, that's great. But 38.2 is the technical way of doing it.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. So does this answer, Blue Sailor? Does this help with your question? Well, Ashy Candle. So I like to see. Actually, kind of helps me see stuff a little bit better because I don't see the choppiness like right now. Kind of takes away all these gaps and stuff. It gives me kind of like a nice view of everything that's happening. So it's easier for my eyes to see it. I just like kind of picking up patterns off of it. Meta, I think this one had a nice setup if I remember. Oof, man, they're destroying this. I mean, where is it going? This has to be going to 150 then.
What's up, Shorty?
Hey man, let's see what we get. Oh man,
You long or short
I'm
tomorrow?
short.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes.
Yeah, we might be going towards 137-ish on Meta. Value area low. So this would be a nice rejection to watch. If we ever get there, I don't think we will. So this is my short level tomorrow, and I'll play this one. I don't typically play Meta, but below 155, but short it.
Oh wow, this beer is good. Shorty, when you get a chance, check out SQQ.
I'm in calls already.
Oh shit, me too.
Guys, please tell me. Yeah, I'll definitely short this all the way, maybe to 150-ish, just because the psychological level. I'm trying to find what does it have. Let's see if I do. Can check. Somebody can check if there's uh, any clouds on that 150 level. That'd be good. Yeah, so this will be my short entry here. It would be ideally if we get a bounce here to the top somewhere. So what's this? Tomorrow is 23rd. So somewhere around here, if we could get it even here, it should be Friday, 24th. Man, this would be ideal if they push it back to 160 and then catch it. All right, what else do we got? Anyone?
Shorty, will you go back over Amazon, please?
Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah, so Amazon has a massive, if you go in 4 hours,
4.
so if you go in 4 hours, we have a nice little head and shoulders. At the same time, our year-to-date POC is right here at about 103.5. And our year-to-date value area low is at 101. We really need this to break 100, and then you have about 5 points drop. It's been really tight in the range. We were in the 105 for July 15th, but it's really, really tight. Like it's a really, really tight space for it now. So the only way you would short it now, if you missed the entry at 110, there was 112.10, I believe, that it hit or something like that. There was a level that I had, yeah, this one. And I think this would be like almost 50 or 61. Yeah, it was 61.8, somewhere around here. It hit it perfectly. So if you can catch this short, that'd be great. If not, then you have the 150. Let's say it breaks 111 or 112. Then you have the 112. This would be a really good entry for short because most likely you're going to get a rejection here. And then potentially it would send it all the way down. I think we still have a little bit more to come down. Does that make sense? But this head and shoulder, if this plays out, we're looking at about $70 range. My target first would be about $81.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree, Rich. I think Facebook, either there's some news pending or something's happening with Facebook. I just, fundamentally, I'm thinking that a lot more kids are going to be staying away from Facebook and they're using TikTok. So Facebook might be losing customers.
Facebook's also losing a lot of revenue changes for iOS.
I think SQQ. So we got a double bottom here. It's a nasty price action here. What calls are you in?
Say what?
What calls are you in for SQs? I'm on 64s, I believe.
I'm kind of drunk. Hold give me a second. Let me look. I'm at book me. I'm at Friday's 65 calls at $74.
Okay. Yeah, we're right there next to each other.
Yeah, we're neighbors, bro.
Yeah, I would definitely go along here on this and just kind of know this trend line here is so we can adjust it here on smaller time frames. Be aware of this trend line. So you can either go along at 61 or, if you want to wait for 63.04 to break, then you have a clear shot pretty much all the way to this level, about 66. So wow, Melly's been destroyed. Wow, this has a nice bear flag, guys. This is a really good entry here on this, right here on this tab. This is perfect. Look at that 4 hour. This is perfection here of a flag. So as some would call it here, you had an ascending triangle that never capitalized, and then you have a bear flag and another bear flag here. So wow, it's really, really in the range here. I mean, 65.24, you want to go long on it. Pretty much here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of downtrend so far. Has a really nice support here right now. But I'm just grabbing the bottom of this right here and look. It's a really nice shelf. If you lose this, then you know you have your next level will be right here. Try and grab the inside. So 54 would be next. Right here. Or I'm sorry, 55. This is just a wick here. So this would be our next 55, 85 would be our next. Then you have another little gap here all the way to 48, but I think this should probably hold it. And their average is about $10 on this stock. And remember how, you know, we looked at it earlier, Amazon had the same setup like this, where the POC and the value area low are identical. Look, if this goes to $11, that would be a pretty decent buy. Because this was what, 300s? And you guys can see here, every time it came to value area high, we got a nice little bounce, about $50 bounce. First time it dipped inside 83 and you went to 130, so $50. Then you went to 92 and you got another $52 or something like that. So I mean, it had a nice little area of respect, and then once it broke that, I'm just hoping it doesn't go to $10. And ZS is holding here. Oof. This just looks like a pretty good setup, guys, for shorting tomorrow. This is a pretty good play here. Your first target's right here, 2 to 1. And then your second one would be here, which would be about 3.5. I'll watch this tomorrow. All right, guys. Well, if you don't have anything else, I'll be live tomorrow after, I believe I have a meeting at 8:30 till 9, and I should be live with you guys.
That'd be
guys.
Thanks,
nice.
Shorty.
Thanks, Shorty.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.